So I welcome you all to I think this is the fifth session of current affairs for the month of April 2024. This is also a part of our 90 days Catalyst course, which is designed for APC prelims and various other departmental exams. I will start today's session and okay, where is it? Yes. So I hope the screen is clearly visible. So আমি যথেষ্টখিনি current affairs cover কৰিছো. Approximately 30 numbers have been covered. I'll just quickly go through the previous ones, just a glimpse, not in depth, which you can definitely go back to your to the YouTube videos for the last four sessions. Three sessions have been uploaded. The fourth and fifth session will be uploaded all together tonight or by latest by tomorrow. So we had done about election commission regarding home voting. We had done about Shahid Behesti Port at Chabahar, which was regarding a 10-year re-signing. Okay, disaster diplomacy korisilu, India security, Australia security partnership along with AUKUS. We had done high income and wealth inequality, which was regarding the Oxfam report. We had done internationalization of rupee. We had done DGTR, anti-dumping, CVD. We had done countervailing duty. We had done funding winter ki hoy. Asset monetization we have covered. Asset reconstruction we had covered. Marrakesh agreement we had discussed somewhat in detail and somewhat the basics. BrahMos, the first delivered batch of BrahMos to the Philippines. Sweden becomes 39th country to join the Artemis Accords. Artemis Accords, Outer Space Treaty, then space exploration, outer space debris ki hoy, that we had discussed. Trends in world military expenditure we had done. India's ranking আমি গম পাইছিলোঁ Agni Prime কথা পঢ়িছিলোঁ indigenous technology cruise missile we had done exercises in news which were the recent military exercises that we had covered. We had done constitutionalization of environmental issues, that is article 14 and 22 under it, the right to free environment. This has become a fundamental right. Okay, I mean, right to be free from adverse effects of climate change, what free environment will kolo. But yeah, the meaning is same, that every person, he or she, has the right to be free from the adverse effects of climate change. Next is 50th anniversary of Chipko movement. We had also done some important environmental movements. SFTLC, very important. We had done this, where it was held. Green hydrogen, we have done. Pink hydrogen, Miyawaki project. Then we had read about the Paro statement. Earth Day korisilu last class with global e-waste monitor kotha পঢ়িছিলো. We had done where the International Year of Millets closing ceremony quote হৈছিলে, major millets কিছুমান চাইছিলো, and the green credit rule. So with this we have covered some very important news that was from April 2024. Kindly revise all these. Further continue কৰিম আজি আমি নতুন এটা subject লৈ পেলাই. We have done economics, we have done polity, we have done environment. Apart from that, now we are going to start a little bit of biology, sciences related topic today. Okay, so the first thing is new species. So new species usually APSC তেনেকে cover, sorry, APSC তেনেকে new species cover নকৰে. Okay, I'll be very frank about that. New species তেনেকে cover নকৰে, but what happens is sometimes because the pattern is evolving, with changing pattern, at least you should know if any newly recognized species are found in the northeastern region. যদি আমাৰ ওচৰে পাছৰে যদি কিবা new species তেনেকে বনিছে, then you should be aware of it. Okay, for example, in Meghalaya, a new species of cicada. Now cicada is nothing but butterfly. So examot etu nohude apunak je butterfly species genus tenekok, but they will just mention cicada. Cicada is okay. Number one, butterfly. Number two, frog. Number three, cow. Number three, anything. They'll give options like this. এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ question আগতে আহি থৈছে. আজিকালি বহুত simple questions আহে, কিছুমান বহুত টানকে উঠে। কেতিয়াবা আমি last কোনোবা বছৰ, I think in the previous year, in fact, কিছুমান medicinal plants are with scientific name আহিছিলে. So I would not say to ignore. Nowadays even APSC is holding up standards regarding biodiversity. Etu biodiversity বা wildlife বা biology বা biotechnology, এইকেইটা আমি mostly we should cover equally as we cover the other subjects. Okay, so গোটেইটো species আমাৰ মনত নাথাকে কেতিয়াও. Even if I am a student from biology, then also we will never remember all the species and genus that have been or that are being discovered in a particular year. What you can remember is just আপুনি এটা সেই নোটটো, যোনটো মই লাষ্ট টাইম আপোনালোকক কৈছিলোঁ যে A4 size note যেতিয়া আপোনালোকে বনাব, তাতে আপোনালোকে just species nameটো লিখক cicada, okay, and butterfly. That's it. One liner you can write, discovered newly in Meghalaya. That's it. So the shorter and the crisper it is, the more it will help in your memory. All right, I hope I'm clear with this, that here you don't have to remember anything, forget about this. I've just added as a general news so that reading এটা karne it belongs to genus এইবিলাক নাহে কেতিয়াও, first ever record. Why I also add these lines is so that you get an idea, যেটা আপোনালোকে নিজে নিউজটো পঢ়িব তেতিয়া গম পাব যে কি কি আপোনালোকে ৰিজেক্ট কৰিব লাগে. What is important here, just remember cicada. What is it? It is a type of butterfly. Okay, it has colorful wings. Ebla mostly nuhude, they'll just directly ask you, and even if they put up statement based questions, ekhini relate kori pela apnaloke common sense ru banai dibo paribo. Butterfly associated wings thakibo like that. Okay, so butterfly cicada apnaloke eta note banale hol. Number 1, cicada, it is butterfly species and newly discovered in Meghalaya. That's it. That is your one-liner note about this particular news. Similarly, we have another baobab trees. See, baobab trees actually Indian context are both basic important no hoy, but you should have so that such information apnaloke kyo rakhibo lage jetia apnalokor exam ot. There are two ways of studying for an exam. One, when you know the answer directly. Second is when you can eliminate it. Eliminate কেনেকৈ কৰিব পাৰিব, যেতিয়া আপোনাৰ 4টা অপচন থাকিব আৰু সেই 4টা বিষয়ে আপোনালোকে কিবা এটা না কিবা এটা জানে. So this is an important technology, technique that people ignore. What they think is just study what is important for the exam. That is right. That is the right strategy. But you should also know something out of the box. Why? যেতিয়া আপোনালোকৰ question এটা আহিব তাত এটাই correct answer হয়. But sometimes you may not know the correct answer. What you will know which one is not the correct answer. So hey, extra knowledge too you can always create. Mostly that will come, or mostly that will help from this one current affairs point of view only. Usually static or apnalokor eneke bostutu hoytu it might help, it may not help. But in current affairs, I am damn sure that when you have a holistic idea about many things, there are 10 news, so tarpra apnalokor eta news e important hobo pare. Kintu he baki keta news will always help you in eliminating the options. Je suppose baobab trees, now if someone writes baobab as an option and the question is, let's say, which of the following um, is a crop, let's say. Okay, it's a very simple layman question koiso teneke nahibo pare, but which of the following is a herb, tenekwa thona question di dibo pare. So you know that baobab is a tree, so you can straight away eliminate it. Another shrub they might give junto apnaloke hoyto news ot saise porhise ekane gom paise. Otherwise to there is no, like right now you cannot go back and read everything in class 9 10 books, because all this information was actually in the class 9 10th level or junkini kitab asle tate thake. So the basic idea is you should know in order to help you to eliminate. So this is one of those types of news. Baobabs are recently very much in news, but they'll not ask you answers about these, or they'll not ask you directly about a baobab. They may ask you teta to bhale lag bhal, you'll get the answer as a bullseye. Okay, so the Global Society for the Preservation of Baobabs and Mangroves has launched a pioneering initiative to revive Madagascar's iconic baobab tree. So baobab are very tall trees, one of the largest, one of the tallest trees. Okay, you can go and check the images and everything. So where is this initiative taken? It is taken in Madagascar's for Madagascar's baobab tree. Now they are not going to ask you eya kita apnalok nohude about this, ebla question nahe. Okay, baobabs, mangrove, something which has happened in Madagascar keteo nahe. What they'll ask you is this. That's it. You should just know baobab are a set of trees which are basically preserved by some country. Here, of course, it is Madagascar. All right. So next, again, so this is Arogya Pacha. Okay, this you should know. Why? Because these are like junkini amar local traditional knowledge. That is an important component nowadays in the form of herbs or tenekwa dhonor amar kisuman question APSC for last year ahisile. Like I said, our hekhini question that is scientific name disile. In fact, the commission had placed scientific names over there, so you can go back to the question paper and check. So I would say I myself could not attempt that question because of this, because more holistic, like from the mistakes, even though I did clear prelims, but there are some very good questions which you can cross through this one through current affairs. Okay, so directly likhi dibo, the question might come to you directly from this point of view. They will not form many statements from here. You don't need in-depth knowledge here. The main thing is Arogya Pacha. Okay, this is Trichopus zelanicus, and A to scientific name keteo nahe, just for your information I have added here. Ahilo dhulok apnar A to likhi pela bracket likhi dibo pare. So jodi memory thake, photography memory thake, that is good. Even if you don't remember, at least you can remember this Arogya Pacha. Okay, it was found endemic to the Agastya Hills of Kerala. They might ask you, they might not ask you. It is used by the local Kani tribe as a health food for getting instant stamina, evergreen health and vitality. This was in recent news. Hetu karne you can always keep a note. Again, you can make the note Arogya Pacha. Okay, you can make a like arrow Kerala paisile. Okay, which tribe? Again, you make an arrow Kani tribe. So in one line your entire news is done. Okay, so this is Arogya Pacha. It was in Kerala and local Kani tribe. That's it. যেটা আপনালোকে এক্সামত দেখিব তিনটা word, you will definitely remember. Okay, so it is a health food. Yeah, you can also add up keteba directly. They ask you the question as Arogya Pacha ki hoy, so they'll add up many things. For example, it is a tradition, it is a tribe, it is a health food, so they'll ask you randomly. Such questions are important. All right, Arogya Pacha, like I said, কি হয় Agastya Hills of পাইছিলে of Kerala, ইমান details নুহুধে. You should just remember it is from Kerala. Remember the tribe, that is important. আৰু function to কি হয়. That's it. So this is the way you should link your current affairs. Okay, you should link your current affairs, and you should also remember traditional knowledge related jodi kiba question thake. For example, tulsi related, haldi related. You should keep a note of that. Why? Because it will help you in eliminating. Direct apnaloko ketia hudi nidiye je haldi functions ba teneke question nahe, but that match the column di dibo. Haldi as a suppose anti-cancer agent, here apnaloke gom pabo lage. Tulsi, let's say in anti-cough বা anti-respiratory problems. So তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ question বিলাক বনায় commission-এ. They usually create questions like that. All right. Next, ringwoodite. It's a like a scientific term বুলি ক'ম. It's a scientific term, and what is it? It is a vast reservoir of water. Just simply you should remember what is the definition. That is important. Ringwoodite here. It is a vast reservoir of water trapped within the mineral ringwoodite. Ringwoodite, ejon manuhor naam asle, the scientist who basically discovered it. Okay, it is a vivid blue mineral formed under high temperatures in the Earth's mantle. It is one of the most typical high pressure minerals in meteorites. Many information here. The most important is what is the definition, and this is the second most important information. Last is this one, vivid blue mineral. So you can keep it as a আপনি এটা গ্রেডিং এটা কৰি ল'ব পাৰে. But the most important thing about ringwoodite, it is a vast reservoir of water trapped within the mineral ringwoodite. And what is ringwoodite? It's a blue mineral, and it is also present in the meteorites. So you can remember, you may not remember high pressure hoy, low pressure hoy, iman details of nuhude ketya, but yes, they can ask you which of the following the minerals are found in meteorites. So that is pasta sotaman option di dibo, selenium, ruthenium, and then they'll ask ringwoodite. So they'll give you nuhuna nemela nisina options dibo, so that it doesn't become easy for you, and out of that you have to go for the right answer. So at that point of time, etu direct question hobo. Obviously, if you remember, you're getting 2. If you're not remembering, then it's gone. All right. So researchers, in this case, ringwoodite, it's a vast reservoir of water trapped within the mineral ringwoodite in the Earth's mantle. Iman details of nuhude. Just remember, it's a vast reservoir of water, and it's a blue mineral which is also found in the meteorites. What is this? This is basically ringwoodite. Okay. Iman terms 700 years kilometers. 700 kilometers beneath the earth surface. Iman details of nahe. You can still remember je bahut deep within us. So like you can just have a close idea of what it is, because after মানে ইমান vast information সব information নাথাকে. So just all of relate কৰি পেলাই try to make the notes so that you can, when you revise, you have a short idea, short crisp আপোনালোকৰ গোটেই আইডিয়াটো যাতে you can memorize. Okay. Next, now this is an important topic. So from here onwards, this topic and childcare leave, this and total fertility rate. So these 3 are important topics that you have to remember. Why I'm saying this? Because in the next few, of course, I think months or so, কিছুমান essay writing exams আছে, কিছুমান যোনখিনি আমাৰ departmental exams আছে, তাত এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ, let's say CDPO হ'ব পাৰে, or any sort of departmental exam where you have to write an essay. If it is related to women or social issues or children, then you have to add up few things like these. Okay, so these are important current affairs. Like you, I think everyone, since you guys are practicing, so you know that every current affairs or every essay has to have a tint of current affairs. Essay kon apnaloke blank generalized essay likhat koi, you should give a tint of current affairs in it, tint of examples, মানে few substantial information that should look your essay written by which is written by a knowledgeable person and not by a person who is like studying in 12th by 11th তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ generalized essay লিখিব নালাগে. It should look like you can represent yourself as a public administrator by someone with a knowledge base so that you can solve problems, okay, that you know current days problems. So that is how an essay should be presented. So সেইকাৰণে এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ টপিক য'ত women and child related আছে, CDPO specifically I'm saying because অহা কেইটামান exams that is important. So you should make sure that whenever you write an essay and if you're writing for mains or if you are going to prepare for APSC, then আপোনালোকৰ current affairs এতিয়াৰ পৰাই women related এইটো বিষয়ে মই obviously class এটা ল'ম, but for now shortcut কৈ দিছোঁ, women related, disaster related, children related, population, আৰ্টিফিচিয়েল ইণ্টেলিজেঞ্চ, টেকনলজি, এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ, এই বিষয়ে যিমানখিনি আপোনালোকে পাৰে ষ্টেটছ গোটাই থ'ব, অ'কে. চ' এনিৱে লেটছ কুইকলি মুভ অন টু দ্য ষ্টেটছ, উইল কাম টু দ্য ট্ৰিক্স এণ্ড what ever steps we have to take for mains at a later phase. So Ministry of Women and Child Development launched Adharshila, very important, the term itself, a national curriculum for early childhood care and education for children for 3 to 6 years in 2024. This should have been in a different way. ঠিক আছে হ'ব বাৰু. So early childhood care কি হয়? ECCE. In the Indian context, it is generally defined as care and education of children from birth to 8 years. Okay? Every early stimulation programs, they will include crèche, home stimulation for 0 to 3 years old, okay, and for 3 to 6 years they will include anganwadis, nurseries, preschools, kindergartens, etc. What is the takeaway message here? First of all, you have to remember one word itself, Adharshila. Direct question ahibo, which of the following or what does Adharshila mean, but তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এটা drop down আহি যাব পাৰে, okay. So Adharshila, you have to remember what is it? Early childhood care or babe eta curriculum hoy. Curriculum mane eta process ba procedure, okay. Curriculum in the sense যেনেকৈ আমাৰ স্কুলত কাৰিকুলাম থাকে, এটা বছৰত কি হ'ব, কোনটো ইয়াৰত কোনটো সেশনত কি শেষ হ'ব, so all of that is curriculum, right? So you can remember this point, Adharshila is basically a national curriculum for early childhood care and education, all right, and it is for children to 3 to 6 years, okay. So you can keep a note of this, Adharshila. And yes, the next important point is this one, the years, very very important, okay. Birth to 8 years, but yeah, at sorry, I think it was 6 years of police. I'll rectify this. So from first to like 0 to 3 years, it should be crèches and home. Iman details or nahe, but this is mostly important for essay writing and mains point of view, okay. Iman details or teneke prelims or nahe, but directly just you can say that jiman 0 to 3 years old বা 3 to 6 years old হয় basically সেই কনটেক্সটত সেইখিনি চিলড্ৰেনৰ বাবে ক্ৰেচ, দেন home stimulations, then anganwadi, nurseries, preschools, this should be provided, okay. This should be provided. And who has launched, which ministry? A two question important হয়. MOWCD, that means Ministry of Women and Child Development. This is very very important, okay. Ministry of Women and Child Development, they have launched this program. Tate likhi dibo beleg beleg ministry nam, Home Affairs di dibo, and different kinds of ministries that we have. So you have to remember the ministry, you have to remember the term je ECCE কি provide কৰে, কিমান years ৰ কাৰণে provide কৰে, আৰু এই বাকিখিনি terms তেনেকে usually prelims ত নিদিয়ে. From prelims point of view, this is important. Why is it? The ministry is important, okay. So I hope I'm clear here. Very short and conceptual bostu teneke eku nai, complex bostu eku nai. All you have to memorize here is the ministry and the name of the curriculum and what it signifies, the ECCE. Similarly, childcare leave, this is very very important. Iman in depth nahe, so whenever you'll find in news, you can skip these things from news, okay, from your notes. Actually you can read it. Rule 43C of the Central Civil Service leave rules 1972 provides for 2 years 730 days of this etu already juntu asile, okay. It is available for this ebla kisman general idea hoy, you can like read it, but I will tell you a gutekhini news or just 1 or 2 lines are important, okay. So state of Himachal Pradesh, they have not added these provisions of CCL. Why I've added this is because I know everyone has must have read this. Everyone will read this. Or tar prai guteikhini note banai diye. So I always add the entire context here, but I'll tell you what is important from here. The okay, sorry, where is this? Yes, কেতিয়াবা কেতিয়াবা bench কথা সুধিছে, okay, recently, which bench and led by whom, that is being asked. So here this particular provision, it was this Supreme Court of child care leave related, that was led by Chandrachud, our honorable Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, okay. And it was decided after a case which was by Shalini Dharmani. Nahe ebla examot teneke nahe, okay. So it is available for taking care of two eldest surviving children up to age of 18 years. So all of this is important. Eto apnaloke monot rakhibo that 2-year child care leave alongside mandatory maternity leave is a constitutional right for women employees. Very, very important. Even from essay point of view, when you write something as a way forward, check Government of India, women or women employees or babe বা women empowerment, this is also part of women empowerment or babe কি কৰিছে. So one of the most landmark cases is the Supreme Court declaring 2 years as child care leave, okay, and this is mandatory. This is a constitutional right for women now. So no organization in the entirety of Indian borders, within the entirety of the Indian borders, can deny a woman employee of child care leave, okay. So anyone who even after maternity leave or pisotu junto apnaloke sage gom pai maternity benefit act, jodi apnaloke gom na pai, please read it. Very, very important. This is for your general information also. Even if it comes in exam, does not come in exam, some things are very, very important as a general awareness for every citizen. This is one of those information, okay. Every women employee, okay, every women employee in the country, they are or they will be provided, or they are provided with a constitutional right which gives them 2 years of childcare leave even after the maternity leave, okay. Kune decide korisile? The bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Very, very important that. Okay, I think this is clear. Ekhini teneke nahe, ekhini teneke nahe, but this is for a storyline. You can definitely go and read. But how will you make the note? This one, uh, Chief Justice CJI, Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, right? What was the provision? 2 years of childcare leave made constitutional for whom? For women employees. So make a one-liner note like that. However you make it, deny or relieving all the remaining information which is not required for prelims. Even for mains, you just need to know the story. Jodi background or kunubai kahini pohiba bisare, you can go and read it. But exam teneke, even if you don't incorporate it, it's fine. Okay. So very important from essay point of view, specifically for CDPO, like I said, women child development, apnaloke etu parile women empowerment hole definitely bhorabo. Okay, information like this should not be skipped, which is in current affairs. Next is total fertility rate. So there is a amar eta population report laisile, tatu amar total fertility rate or kotha likha asile. So total fertility rate is basically the number of children a woman can bear. In Indian context kora hoisile. So total fertility rate in India has decreased, okay, from 6.2 to 2, below 2. I think যোৱা কিমান বছৰলৈকে আমাৰ 2.1 আছিলে, তাৰ পৰা আৰু ডিক্ৰিজ হৈ পেলাই এতিয়া 2 লৈকে almost আহি গৈছে, and by 2050 it will be 1.29. So this is I would say directly prelims of তেনেকে information নাহে. They're not going to ask you কিমান value হয় কি হয়, but current যোনটো হয় সেইটো সুধিব. এই future of values কেইটা নুসুধে, okay. They will not ask you what is going to be in the future. These values will not be asked. So you don't need to make a note on that. All you have to make a note is below 2 in 2021. Current junto amar soli ase. It's almost 2, 2.1 asile, 2.1.8 tenekwa. Various sources you will get many different numbers, but approximate number eta apnaloke below 2 will hobe pare. Okay. So like I said, you don't, in your notes, this is for your reading, but in your notes you just add a one liner. Okay. Next, doping in sports. So the social concerns are done. আমি এইখিনি সায়েন্সৰ খিনি পঢ়িলো, মাজতে আমাৰ এইকেইটামান আছিলে social concerns, যিহেতু আগৰ কিতাপ মিছ হৈছিলে সেইকাৰণে I have added it. Next is doping in sports. Here India has recorded the highest percentage of doping offenders, 3.26, according to the 2022 testing figures released by World Anti-Doping Agency. Etu kyo mane bhorwa ase because recent controversies amar kisuman অসমীয়া খেলুৱৈ হিচাপেও কিছুমান তেনেকে ডোপিঙত ধৰা পৰিছিলে, ৰাইট. So taking that into context, you can read about doping a bit, but chances of these coming into exams is very less. Still, for general information, like I said, jodi kiba elimination koribo para hoy, tete at least it might help you. So direct questions are chances com. So still I've added it just because it was an important figure. At the national level, it is an important figure. But APSC point of view, there's a slight less leverage on this. But you can just keep a note of it. You can make just a one-liner at our statement here. India recorded the highest percentage of doping offenders, okay, according to 2022. So this is kind of the on contrary to অফক'ৰ্ছ যদি আপোনালোকৰ এছেত এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ বস্তু ভৰাবলৈ বহুত ভাল হয় when there is something written in from the point of view of ethics বা point of view of sports যদি কিবা আহে then তেতিয়া এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ বস্তু ভৰাবলৈ বহুত ভাল যে despite the fact that Indians have the highest I matlab ki bol koi to jiman amar sports ase dholok hockey hok we have very good representatives although we don't have a good record or let's say not good but not a very commendable record in the past few years in Olympics or other athletic ones but let's say in cricket and many other sports we have a very I would say a subtle or a good like image in the entire world. Despite that, we have a highest or recorded percentage of doping offenders. So that is kind of I would say embarrassing for a country like India where sports is taken seriously in terms of cricket হওক বা তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ যোনখিনি আমাৰ মানে representative হিচাপে it's kind of embarrassing কাৰণে হয়তো এইটো এক্সামত directly নাহিলেও you can place it in your essays okay. So apart from that, next news is on the United Nations Population Funds UNFPA released the State of World Report 2024 report. আৰু এইটোত আপোনালোকৰ সবতকৈ important information to হৈছে the report is released by. So in the last class I had mentioned you that you should always make an extra A4 size or sheet যেনেকৈ আমি every subject কাৰণে economics politics কাৰণে বনোৱাৰ পিছত reports কাৰণে you should make an extra sheet. Reports jote apnaloke sob report or publishing house or naam keta ekeloge likhi pela thoi dibo lage so that when you revise for it you will have a good idea about it right you can have a good revision for it right so UNFPA United Nations Population Funds they released this particular report State of World Population report it apnaloke add kori dibo as a whole direct question ahibo pare. Now there are some statistics which are present here. I would again say directly ইয়াৰ পৰা question নাহে directly ইয়াৰ পৰা question আপোনালোকৰ statistics based নাহে. One thing is definitely sure that CDPO বা sociology যিমান sociology based আছে for that point of view these stats are very 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 important but for prelims point of view they will not ask you everything that is placed on this slide. I'll tell you what they'll ask you and how they'll ask you. First to মই TFR কথাটো কলো যে আমাৰ TFR like I said 2.0 different sources are different থাকিব so তাত আপোনালোকৰ লিখি দিব যে TFR is more than 2 TFR is less than 2 statement based questions বনি যাব পাৰে okay next they might say India is ebla question কেতিয়াও নাহে India's population is estimated to be double in 77 years ebla question কেতিয়াও নাহে estimated population of Indian no this will never come but these are contexts that you have to add in essay so very very important points from essay point of view 68% of India's population belongs to this year 15 to 64 years like amar juntu population that is called a young population dividend juntu hoy amar that is always skewed towards a younger population so unlike the Japanese and the Chinese population in fact now which is skewed towards the older population tar mane ki hoy amar gute India jodi moi 10 ta manu dhoru tate kintu 7 to 8 people they are from this category that is 6 to 7 dhoi log jima 68% jodi koise 15 to 64 bhitor ase which means we are all in a state of a workable population buli koy that means all of us লাগিলে আপনি হক মই হক we are all in an age group jot we are physically fit and we are physically like able to work লাগিলে হেতু skill basis hok লাগিলে hetu physical basis hok right but unlike the Chinese or the Japanese population which is skewed towards a more older age tar jodi 10 ta manu thake so out of that around 5 to 6 they are old people they are above 64 so they don't have a workable population still those countries are what they are at a more developed country juntu category ase tat ase why because they have made an appropriate usage of this demographic dividend this is called the demographic dividend right? Our appropriate hey demographic dividend to nai hetu karne a particular news is always very controversial and always very important, because we have such a good workable youth ase, amar kaam koribo para manu ase, still amar productivity low, unlike China and unlike Japan, where they might have almost 60 to 70% of their population is old, but they are still developed countries, developed nations. Your basic reason to is say absence of skill set. We have a huge population, but we don't have a skilled population. তার মানে quantity আছে, quality নাই. Unlike China and Japan, where there might be a less quantity, but they have a good and extremely good quality of youth who can uh, take care of the entire economy of such nations. Okay, so like this is a concept, but what is important from prelims point of view, etu apnalok just now kolu that this point is important. Directly stats দিব পাৰে বা less than more than তেনেকেও দিব পাৰে. This is important from essay point of view. Life expectancy as at birth 71 and 74 years for women and men, again essay point of view. Child marriage, essay point of view. Women disabilities, and these 30 years of progress in SRH was mostly ignored, the most marginalized communities. So these are content that you have to add in sociology, CDPO specifically, যদি আপোনালোকে দি আছে, বা any ধৰণৰ essay writing which is concerned with population, social welfare, where population can always be given. So enough stats. These are more than enough stats that can be merged in one essay. In fact, আপোনালোকৰ সব মনত নাথাকিব, ইয়াৰ পৰা যদি আপোনালোকে তিনিটাও add কৰি দিয়ে, more than enough. Okay. So I hope you're getting an idea how to read this from prelims point of view and from departmental point of view both. Food waste index report, again report hoy, so add it in your reports inventory tate apnaloke listing kori dibo. This is given by the UNEP. Okay, UNEP had released the food waste index report 2024. UNEP is a very very important organization. Any report that is being published by UNEP should be added in your list. Okay, so report jete apnaloke likhibo, এতিয়া কাৰণে হয়তো আপোনাৰ কাৰণে লাগিব যে এইটো ৰিপৰ্ট আজিলৈকে শুনাই নাই, let us skip it, but don't do that. Even if it is not a very necessary report, just write the report, write India's ranking there. যদি কিবা important stats দিছে, you can add it there. As a whole, this same note will help you in prelims, in mains বা essay writing. Okay, because anything, even if you give a departmental exam, আজিকালি দিনত সব departmental examsত এখন এখন essay লিখিব দিয়ে. So this current affairs inventory or the current affairs listing will help you in writing the essay also. Okay, so don't think that it will only be for prelims point of view. It will also help you in the departmental exams. So make a single inventory. Jehetu etia this year we are starting with the new financial year from April to next year April. So there will be n number of exams. In all the exams, it is the same formula. So if you are eligible for 3 or 4 exams, apna fourth number exam to click hoboe. You have to read the same news, you have to read the same content again and again. For some exams, it will only differ from department to department based on the kind of department it is. For example, jodi amar kiba engineering related exam ase, so engineering related ketaman ami current affairs tapor basi basi sale hol. Jodi sociology hai, sociology related, eta ami jiman khini aji korilu sob sociology related. So you should read current affairs based on the demand of the departmental exam also. All right, anyway, so since this course covers both APSC and departmental exams, so this is important to note. Artificial intelligence in the healthcare, so technology related answer question. Yat apnalokor direct teneke, because this is not a very top notch news nohoy. Sometimes they might ask you the full form. That is why all the rest of it you can give it a like general reading. কিন্তু ইয়াত আপোনালোকৰ যেতিয়া এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ short forms আহি যায়, you are supposed to remember the full form for it. Okay, smart AI resource assistance for health. Because randomly I have seen that sometimes they are starting to add abbreviations in many exams. I have seen, specifically if it is related to the health sector, education sector, এই দুটা sector related যদি AI আছে তেতে হেতু AI সোধা যায়. Okay, so Sara, it is smart AI resource assistant for health. So since it is for health, so you can just remember the full form. Aru ekku jodi apnaloকৰ মনত নাথাকিলেও, just in your notes you can just write Sara, it is for AI. Okay, AI related, it is AI related. So examot AI dekhile you can go for that, because they will not confuse you with enekwa full form jeta koribo tetia apnalokor AI to konuba eta question ote ba eta option ote dibo. This is a trend, so you don't need to worry about the entire full form and remember many full forms. No, you can just remember the keyword kuntu particular software hoy ba kuntu particular field or ba domain or hoy. If you just remember the keyword, then also it is more than enough. All right, they're not going to confuse you much there. They'll keep easy options there because Sara itself is a very, I will not say jehetu iman famous nohoy, so the question itself will be tough and people will not be able to attempt it. So hetu aru option to tan reply, they will not take the risk. Okay. Next is, what is it for? It is, it can provide information across major health topics. Okay, realizing rights, developing better understanding. This is general read. এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কোনো question তেনেকে নাহে, আহিলে directly আহিব. It is a digital health promoter, like I said. Digital health AI এইবিলাক keyword আপোনালোকে ৰাখি দিব. What is SARA? The full form is Smart AI Resource Assistant for Health, and the remaining is right here. So health topics, so AI হয় যিহেতু obviously it's not going to cure your diseases. Cure কেতিয়াও নকৰে, but they are just going to provide you information. ঠিক আছে? Next, Dragonfly mission. Okay, this is already অলপ দিন হৈছে, এইটো মিছন অলপ দিন হৈছে already, but যিহেতু it was in news, so মানে লঞ্চিং কেতিয়া হ'ব কিবা হ'ব এইটো আহি থাকে টাইটানৰ, সৰি ড্ৰাগনফ্লাই মিছনৰ এইটো কেইবছৰমান হৈছে নিউজটো। বাট লাইক ইউ ন' দেট যেতিয়া নাছা বা যেতিয়া ইছৰ' এতিয়া যেনেকৈ আমাৰ গগনয়ান, অলদো ইট উইল বি লঞ্চড ফিউ ইয়াৰ্ছ লেটাৰ, বাট তাৰ নিউজ আৰু সেইবিলাক টপিকৰ নিউজবিলাক অলৰেডি establish হৈ থাকে step by step. So you can always, you don't have to make notes on that. Like I said, যেতিয়া আপোনালোকৰ সেই particular last few classes অটো মই এটা তাত কৈছিলোঁ যে যেতিয়ালৈকে ফাইনেল ডিচিজিভ কণ্টেণ্টটো আপোনালোকে নাপায় তেতিয়ালৈকে you don't need to make notes of that particular topic. For example, if there's a case study going on, and if in that case study it says আজি judgment এইটো দিলে, আজি ডেটৰ judgment এইটো হ'ল, আৰু ধৰি লওক তেনেকৈ ছমাহ ধৰি case study টো judgment দি আছে, so they are not going to ask you that. Why? Because the final verdict is not out. For example, in the previous case study where we had studied about the Supreme Court, Supreme Court has already ruled. See, this is a landmark ruling. But on the contrary, jodi etu on the move, but on the um, in the process whole hoy. For example, day one, some news has come up that today's bench aji decided that this was done. They are thinking blah blah blah. Teneke apna 10 dinor news ketaman apni gutale 6 months on, because you know that Supreme Court hok ba teneke jetia court bohibo tetia junkhini information hoy, those are also revealed in PIB, those are also revealed in the Hindu Times of India, sobote reveal koribo. But in exams that will not come because that is under process. Only the final verdict will be asked always. So childcare leave now becomes an important news. Otherwise this was already to 3-4 বছৰ 2 বছৰ মানৰ পৰা এটো চলি আছিল, but the final news has come up now, the final verdict is given, now it is important. Similarly, in this case যেহেতু dragonfly, it is going to be launched. Okay, so ইয়াৰ বিশেষকে at max if they ask you, they're going to give match the column বা statement based question দিব পাৰে যে core হয় obviously NASA's program. It will be launched in 2028. It is for Saturn's massive moon Titan. Dragonfly is for Saturn or moon eta ase Titan. Like it will be launched to that particular moon. Okay, and it is the fourth, wait, I'll remove this. It is the fourth mission of NASA's New Frontiers program. The other three are New Horizons, Juno, Osiris-Rex. Okay, so this is general information. 4 frontiers teneke hudibo nalage, but just in case jodi hudeo, like I said, you can just write the motive. Okay, moon Titan tale pothabo aru 2028 ot release hobo. The goals and everything usually nahe, they will just, and even if it does, tetia tate already Titan bi likha thakibo aru baki 3ta option Titan bi likha na thake. Etu I am damn sure about it. Okay, I'm very sure about it. If they ask you that, they'll not ask you Titan not scientific research goal, Titan not AI pothabo. No, they'll not make it complicated like that. They'll just ask you they'll give you 4 different topics, and in one of them Titan will be written. So these are some shortcuts of, because you cannot remember everything and anything. So sometimes you can just relate it. So in order to relate it, make a note: Dragonfly mission, NASA within / Titan. That's it. Keyword done. So tar bhitor jodi news keteba apnaloke bole pahori gol, you can go back to Google, you can just type it. ChatGPT works anyway nowadays. Just type there all these terms and you can read the entire news. But you don't have to remember the entire news for prelims or any sort of departmental MCQs. Okay, just link it. It will reach Titan 2034. Etu trivial information hoy, exam ot eneke hudar chances kom. Titan is the only satellite in our solar system known to be blanketed by a dense atmosphere, and host liquid seas on its surface. Very, very less possibility যেনেকুৱা question আহিব. Okay, so in this entire news, এটা আপোনালোকে পঢ়িব এনেকুৱা ধৰণে. So what are you going to do in case if you want to do it for any of the news? The idea is you have to remember the mission, who launched it, or কোনটো বছৰত launch কৰিব. That you should know. Next is the mission content. You should remember the mission content. In this case, Dragonfly mission that is launched for Titan. Okay, আপোনালোকে kindly কেনেকে news পঢ়িব লাগে হেতু নোট কৰি যাব, because I think we are in April, so May, June, July, that is already pending, right? So my request is that যেতিয়া আপোনালোকে জুলাই আজি নিউজটো আজি যেতিয়া পঢ়িব তেতিয়া এনেকুৱা ধৰণে আপোনালোকে নোটবিলাক বনাই যাব, য'ত you don't have to write anything and everything. Just make sure you're getting the idea how to make notes of current affairs also, because in the end, if you don't revise, it's of no use, it will not be of no help. Okay, next, TSAT 1A. So it is India's first indigenously developed and built satellite capable of sub-meter resolution optical imaging. Again, iman technical ketyao nahe. First thing is it is from India, that you have to know. TSAT 1A. Okay, it is indigenously developed in India. I mean indigenously developed, obviously. Tamane India hobo amar karne. So what is TSAT? Tata Advanced Systems Limited. Okay, this is basically a satellite which is capable of optical imaging. That's it. Sub-meter resolution, iman scientific details apnalok nalage. That will be of no use. Chota sa dimag hai, zyada information dalna hai, to shortcut lena hai. So what is the shortcut here? Apnaloke monot rakhile hol. TSAT 1 is Tata's. First of all, it is an advanced system limited. So at max they might ask you full forms. Etu hudibo pare because science and tech related eta question thake ajikali. So, and it is a satellite, of course. Tate likhi dibo, it's a new AI system. It's a new suppose option A AI system, option B engine, server search engine, teneke likhi dibo. Option C supercomputer, option D it's a satellite capable of optical imaging. Okay, so these are some of the news that you should remember, not from the point of view of content. সব বস্তু আপোনালোকে কনসেপ্ট ল'ব নোৱাৰে. Why? Because I'll tell you there are limitations. If you go on reading about sub-meter resolution optical imaging, আপোনাৰ 3 দিন লাগি যাব. So it's up to the candidate how smartly he or she can cover the syllabus. So গোটেই বস্তুটো এতিয়া নিউজত ইয়াৰে দুপাতমান আছে. So তাৰে পৰা মই এই দুটা লাইন পাইছো, and I know that ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে একো নুহুতে APSC. So you don't have to be rocket scientist. Instead, you are general public administrators. So you should have a general information on all the topics. So science and tech whole bully apnaluke definitely do not have, or do not panic, first of all. And second is, do not make notes like every topic. Don't try to make 10 to 5 pages of notes. But adha page, 2 page, no way. You don't make notes like that. Make one-liner notes for current affairs. I am telling you, they'll be more like informative, and you will be able to retain more. You can try it for a month. If it doesn't work, you can call me up and you can tell me that it is not working. But I'm pretty sure it will definitely work like that. I have cleared almost all exams like this. Countless exams, at least prelims or bhagwane court, I never failed. But it's the same strategy I've used. Limit your strategy to useful content. If you want to do a full-fledged in-depth analysis, go for polity, go for fundamental rights, not for TSAT 1 or not for any rocket science. Okay, so why I'm saying this, because curiosity thake, both candidates will get like swayed away, and they will always be like all of our janilo. But sometimes curiosity also kills the crow. So the limitations should be known. Kontu topic apnaloke in-depth sabo lage or kontu like ne lage. So for me, science and tech, you should limit yourself. Sometimes you might be of the same background. If you are a physicist, if you are an astrophysicist jodi hoy, you can definitely go with having an in-depth detail, because you will take hardly 2-3 minutes to understand the entire take or understand the entire news. If it is a biotechnology news, then of course I'll read it অলপ ইন ডেপথ. এতিয়া চিকাদা কথা আমি অলপ আগতে বাটাৰফ্লাই পঢ়িলোঁ. So definitely if I get to read about that, I'll go for an in-depth thing, because I am from a zoology background, so I'll read it. But if I'm not from a like mathematical background, so I'll not go into reading integration and differentiation at this age. Okay, at this stage I mean. So make sure that you know your limits and you know the technique of reading the current affairs also. Okay. Next is column 250. This is not very important again, but I would say that যিহেতু actually কালাম হ'ব লাগিছে কালাম 250 so যিহেতু নিউজত আছে so we can keep a note of it so what is it it's a rocket motor sorry it's a thermal protection system ekhini adha bostu moi honestly speaking moi nije buji poa nai but I just know one thing which is going to come in exam and that is Skyroot Aerospace has successfully test fired the stage 2 of Vikram 1 space launch vehicle now this is important that this is the stage 2 of stage 2 3 then again like I said this is not at the final stage so this you don't have to make a note of it why you should just keep a track of it because very soon this will be done very soon this will be finalized and because this particular things are indigenously developed India the develop hoise so you should keep a track you should keep an awareness okay kalam 250 bulga bostuta ase whether it is a propeller whether it's a space launch vehicle you can keep it at a note but even if you don't remember it is fine for now exam it nahe for the time being but at least keep a note of it be aware of the surroundings so that you can at least eliminate it jete exam later on okay so next is shallow fake. Okay, many of you must have heard deep fakes. So I hope deep fakes of what I in general sobe jane. But whenever you read technical terms like this, okay, I would again say repeat korisu moi technical terms like this. General junto understanding ase apnalokor. Tar bahireo eta established definition. Okay, please listen to this very carefully. Established definition. Like, for example, you know what is deepfake. So, if I ask you to explain what is deepfake, everyone amongst you will give me generalized ideas. Kintu jetia he particular generalized ideas will get a technical definition of form lo exam, you will get confused. Okay, so whenever you are making, for example, our voice phishing, এইবিলাকৰ নিচিনা যোনবিলাক আমাৰ টেকনিকেল ডেফিনিশ্যন আছে অলপ আপোনালোকে গুগল কৰি পেলাই জেনেৰেল গুগল কৰি পেলাই লিখি থৈ দিব why I'm saying this because examত আপোনাৰ জেনেৰেল লেংগুৱেজত আমি ডিফেক্ট হ'লে কি ক'ম ডুপ্লিকেট কৰি দিলে কি বুলি কয় আমাৰ we know that all of our mostly the celebrities they are the biggest targets of deepfake so we know all of it but if I ask you give me a technical definition of deepfake I think apart from one or two amongst you will not be able to even I will not be able to give you the technical definition why because we don't think like that so in exams যেতিয়া আপোনালোকৰ technical definition to আহি যায় আপোনালোকে deepfake questionতে confuse হৈ যাব that is what happened with me too so after that after getting through those challenges I've started making a separate let's say তেনেকুৱা খুব বেছি 5-10টা definition থাকিব okay so সেইখিনি definition at least আপোনালোকৰ it should be a note at least হেতু আপনি বেলেগকে definitely হেৰি কৰিব নালাগে definition বুলি বেলেগখন A4 sheet নালাগে science and tech য'ত news দিব তাতে আপোনালোকে one liner লিখি দিব for example shallow fake কি হয় it's altered media see these are keywords jetia apunaloke exam ot dekhibo ebla hor word e iman confusing lagi jay complicated laga karone you will not be able to correct it okay by attempt it correctly so it is altered media which is created with conventional and affordable technologies there is no AI okay there is no usage of AI so what is it basically I photoshop juntu koru that is shallow fakes okay shallow fakes are basically altered media picture hobo pare video hobo pare voice clip hobo pare tate apnalokor likhi dibo picture and videos only no voice clips so hebilak ami tetyahe gom pao iman in depth bhaba na jay bostu so when you read a definition single liner definition eta definition jetia ami pori diu tetia we get an idea je okay deep fake ba shallow fake ot ki ase Similarly, when it comes to shallow fake is deep fakes are synthesized where images, videos, and other media they're created by AI. So this is the difference. See, thin line of difference, but examiner, I'm pretty sure that like at approximately 20-30% of us will make this mistake. Okay, they will make this mistake. Shallow fake or there is no AI. Okay, normal Photoshop that is not AI. That is shallow fake. Do you tate altered media hoy? But only in deep fake artificial intelligence or AI is used okay that is why shallow fake is also called cheap fake all right so shallow fake refers to altered media jot amar pictures videos voice clips bilak change koi dia hoy with conventional affordable technology is nothing but the available technology which has no AI okay but deep fakes are synthesized images videos and other media which are created by AI I hope I'm getting, or I hope I'm clear here. ইয়াতে এটাই solution আছে, keep a note of the definitions. Okay, keep a note of the proper technical definitions. যেটা এক্সামত আপোনালোকৰ সুধিব সদায় proper technical definition এ সুধিব. Which of the following refers to deepfake? চাৰিটা information দি দিব, চাৰিটা ইমানে complex statement থাকে that it will be a very easy statement but you will not be able to attempt it. Just because we talk about it in general terms, in general language, but we don't take a note of the technical like definitions. এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ technical definition আৰু কি লাগিব যেনেকৈ আহি থাকিব, I'll keep on explaining. As of now, you can make a definition on shallow fake and deep fake. Already I mentioned here. If in Google you find extra information, you can add up. But exam karne, this is more than sufficient. Okay. So from here, we'll start in the next class. And now I'll keep the session open for any questions.